into the first half. You're up 12 or so, but you seem to be lingering along in the game. But then to close out the half the way that you did, is that maybe one of those little maturity moments that you've been looking to see to kind of take the lead to another level?
Right. Just executing. Obviously, when the ball goes in, things look better. But just executing, and we're able to get some stops. Obviously, some turnovers that led to baskets, and then shooting the basketball well. We really wanted to, with their changing defense, we really wanted to get the ball inside as much as we could, whether we were driving the ball and kicking out, or we were throwing the ball in the low post, just to see how they would handle it. Obviously, we had an advantage in size, so we wanted to try to take advantage of that. And then if they wanted to overdo it, then we thought that would open up some things, and it did.
This has been a couple games now of the season. Sasha's had one of those kind of outbursts. What does that sort of element kind of mean to this team, where you have a guy who can make 4 out of 5 over a couple minutes?
It's a game changer. Anytime somebody can make 6 threes in a half, it's going to put you in a position. Going into halftime, being up 30 just wasn't solely him, but that spurt right there for us, definitely gave us that advantage and ended up being the difference in the game. But he's had a couple games here at home, where he shot that way, and then obviously we've had, big wins in those games.
Were the minutes for Matt Harms about where you wanted him, or was there any preconceived notion how much he would play?
Yeah, I didn't give it any minutes, just kind of watched him. The only time I saw him gassed was there at the second half. He didn't get back, and they got that layup, and he got winded quick. But he's that way. Like he'll have, every other game he'll have a 2 to 3 minute segment where he'll get, winded, and you got to take him out quick and get him back in there. So I just didn't think it made any sense to put him back in. I thought it was a perfect first game for him coming back, play 11, 12 minutes, play well, get some confidence, and then hopefully he's ready to go January 2nd. I thought Travion did some good things. Obviously, getting 12 rebounds in 20 minutes was pretty impressive.
Coach, back here, anything you wanted to see out of your team before you started conference play?
Just really play with more of a purpose, more than anything. Just, we've had good spurts, we've had good games this year. Sometimes we don't play a total 40 minutes, but we haven't been consistent, and that's what that's what you're looking for. We also have a tough schedule. Central Michigan had DePaul down 18 points. They had Texas down 13 points. They lose their point guard to start the game. That doesn't help. They have 2 guys that can really shoot, and threes are a big part of what they do, and they don't make threes, so it's going to look worse than it actually is for them. We've all been on that end of it when you have a guy go out and other guys struggle from the perimeter. But we've played, quality competition, and we'd like to, win a couple more of those. But hopefully we can learn from it, and hopefully we can, have that surge in the Big Ten play like we did last year. So, but we're just not really looking for anything, just being better at what we do and being consistent. Like, okay, we played well. All right, we played well at Ohio. The game before that, we didn't play well. And the game sandwich in between those two, we didn't play well. So, you got to be able to string together consistent play where you're, for a 2-3 week period, you play well for 5-6 straight games. You're going to have some outlier games. Your outlier games can't be your good games. Your outlier games got to be your bad games. Everybody has. You play 20 league games. Not everybody's going to play great in 20 games. But you got to be able to play really good, 14, 15, 16 of those games. And then when you don't play as well, you got to find a way to win some of those. And, it's just part of competition.
Did you see the confidence that you wanted to out of your team shooting the basketball? Obviously,
well, yeah.
Sasha did.
I want to see him play well when the ball doesn't go in. Everybody plays well when it goes in. We played well. We got some open looks. From a size standpoint, we had an advantage. Now they lose one of their experienced guys that handles the ball all the time. It helped us. We wanted to pressure the rest of those guys and make it hard and get them going fast. So yeah, but we can play better. We can't rely on someone to hit 6 threes and a half to get us going every time. That's just not realistic. We have to get more consistent shooting in from our guards. I think Eric Hunter, has made some strides there. And now getting him to be that consistent player that's there every single night. He didn't start the second half off well. You look at his numbers though; they're pretty good except the turnovers. And so he's really made some strides. And how he played at Ohio was fabulous. He had a good game tonight, not a great game, but a good game. So we need guys to be consistent and be 2-way players. When their shot doesn't go in, they're still fighting and scrapping, and rebounding and defending, you know, and playing Purdue basketball. At times we haven't had that. You know, guys are worried because their shot's not going in. We got too many guys with their percentages that are hovering in the low 30s, the 20s, and even the high teens that need to shoot the ball better. But we got to execute and pass the ball better, and I think that'll help our percentages go up a little bit.
It's been 2 of the last 3 games now. Your team's done a really good job forcing turnovers and then turning them into offense. Kind of where are they in that element of the game in terms of being able to generate offense off of defense?
Yeah, just trying to pressure the basketball, but also trying to contain the basketball. Had too many times in the Butler game where guys just whipped us off the bounce and got into the paint. Got to do a better job individually, just keeping the ball in front of us. When you keep the ball in front of you, now you can be so active with your hands. If you're playing from behind and people are getting angles on the bounce, now you're into help, now you're into rotations, and you might stop them, but now you don't have good rebound balance. It's just a vicious cycle. So today we did a good job of sticking with our shooters, keeping the ball in front of us, and now we can have active hands and really forcing those guys into it. Some of them was just simply them. You know, they play at a fast pace. So when you play at a fast pace and then somebody comes up and guards you and doesn't let you get to your pace, now that's when guys get antsy and you know, their judgment's not always clear. I thought our guys were good at doing that today, but not everybody plays that way. Not everybody plays that frantic of a pace. And so when you get into playing half-court teams, you know, you got to have more discipline than them. And so I thought against Ohio, we really got Ohio out of some stuff. We got these guys out of some stuff. We didn't, you know, our defense wasn't terrible, you know, against Butler, but it wasn't good enough to win when we struggled offensively.
You've been struggling from the field, obviously, but did you like what you saw from Thompson today and
Yeah.
his extended minutes?
I like Thompson's effort. He came up and guarded the basketball and you know, gave us, I thought, a great effort and gave us 100% each time. He wasn't loose with it. He wasn't casual. So hard for those young guys when they first start to understand how hard you need to play. You know, you got to empty your tank and you got to push the basketball for us, but you got to guard the ball. You just got to give everything. I thought today he gave everything. And it takes a while to get to that point. It doesn't mean he's arrived, but you know, we need, you know, he's a skilled guy. He's got quickness, so his ability to break down the defense and make a play or, you know, create something for a teammate. And but he's got to be able to be a weapon on defense too. So I thought he played a good all-around game.
Is there anything else? Thank you.